Hey, welcome back to another cricket card video. Last summer I sent some cards off to PSA, made a video about it, a bunch of cards that they either hadn't graded before or stopped grading for a while, and worked behind the scenes to try to get cards back on their list. So, really only one failure. These Shubman Gill rookies, they just didn't have enough information. I might send them back in and give more information, but I think the main thing that they were missing was just some confirmation that this Howsett brand was a licensed brand for these Knight Riders. So we'll see. I might take that on the next time around. It's not a no, it's just a not right now. So with no further ado, I've got about 40 cards here, and this is the first time I've actually seen these in hand. So really looking forward to this. To start with, a relatively common card. This is 2012 Attacks. I would have only sent this in if I was sure that this was a really sharp card. So very disappointed. Would not have sent this in to get a 6. Right, not a great start. Joe Root rookie. Again, this is a extremely mint card. I've gotten 9s on these before, at least once, and this looks just as good as the 9. So starting off on a pretty weak footing here, especially waiting 8 months for a return there. Alan Donald rookie from 1992 total. That is a really good grade. Sharp card. Getting a PSA 5 is a really good grade on these total cards. So very happy with an Allen rookie as a 5. This is the first time the PSA had ever graded this card. This is Sachin Tendulkar's first ever card, and got a PSA 7 on this. I was expecting probably an 8. I mean, actually, even, yeah, I guess it's miscut a tiny bit at the bottom. You can see a little bit of white. Maybe that's what they took off, but really mint card. So 7's not terrible. Battle Trumps. Coley, that's an 8. Coley, that's a 9. So that's pretty decent. Was definitely hoping that one of these would get a 10, but happy with an 8 and a 9. Kapil Dev. There's a 4. That's a nice card. I think that's my first graded Dev from this set. It's a pretty nice copy. Got a 4 on that. Now to the 2011 Cricket Attacks. That is a great grade. My best Sachin by far. Very, very happy with a 7. Very hard to get. I think that's the highest grade I've ever gotten on a base card. Before that, the highest I'd ever gotten was a 5. There's a really nice Coley rookie. There's a 4. Another nice Coley rookie, another 4. And then there's a gold, 2. That is a really nice gold. That's about as good as they come. And I'm not exaggerating on that. I think there's something like maybe 8 copies of that card graded higher than a 2 ever. So a 2 is quite a good grade. There's another 2. You can see it's got a print line, but I actually sent this in for them to see that these horizontal print lines are quite normal. This is an 8 for the Dhoni. You can see there's 3 different horizontal lines on that. So I was hoping that they would see that and realize, hey, those lines you can't even take as part of the grade. It's really just around the corners and whatnot. And with that, I would have probably thought this could have gotten a 3. But PSA disagreed, which makes sense. They're allowed to do that. All right, another 2012 Attacks. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. A 3? Really? That corner is not the card. How is that a 3? Deep breaths. Rahul Dravid rookie card. That's a 7. Very nice. Sashin from the same set. A 4. That is, in my opinion, undergraded quite a bit. Look at that. How is that a 4? It's definitely got a slightly soft corner in the upper right. PSA's definitely changed their grading standards a decent amount over the years, and I hate to say it, man, like that 4 there, if you would have graded that card 8 or 10 years ago, it probably would have been an 8. So this one, a 7. Yeah, I don't see that as a 7. I think that should be higher. All right. Callus rookie, an 8. That's cool. That's a really nice card. So you got a Callus 8 rookie and another 8 rookie. If you ask me, that looks the same, pretty much same quality as the 4. But what are you gonna do? Maybe I missed something. There's a Coley 5. That's a really nice grade. Very nice grade on that. And little Battle Trumps, that's a 5. All right, happy with the 5, happy with the 4s on the base. Coley, very happy with the 7. Yeah, let's see, what were the best finds? This one, 5, is a great grade. Very happy with these 8s with the Callus rookie card. Dravid 7's pretty nice. This was absolute garbage. These 2s were okay. 4s were good. 7, very happy with. Kapil Dev, 4 is pretty good. This is a nice one. Got a 9 on that. I'm okay with this. I'm just happy they graded it. 5 on the Donald, of course, is a good grade. And then these ones are also in the not too happy with pile. All right, we got a Shane Warren rookie card here. That's a 7. Not terrible. Not what I was looking for. All right. But let's be honest. This is where it's going to start getting interesting, because these cards coming up are ones that PSA's never graded before. This is one of the more rare sets of modern times. The 2019 Tap and Play Player of the Match cards. I had to go back and forth with PSA quite a bit for them to recognize this set. Happy that they did. Here you've got a Coley and a 9. That's a really nice card. Very, very, very happy with that grade. If it looks off center, it's because sometimes PSA's labels kind of make it look that way, but it's pretty centered. Maybe a little bit off center, but a 9 is a great grade on that. Here's the Coley and Kane card, which is one of my favorite cards in the set. I put it in my top 3 or 4 in the set. 2 of the greatest batters of our generation. Got an 8 on that. Joe Root. Bam. That is sweet. Very, very happy with the 10 on the Root. Here's a Kane, 9. Very good grade. Another Kane. That's a nice pair of 9s there. Very nice. 10. Man. I'm going to pull the 10s out. Got a Joe Root and a Kane, 2 of my favorite players. Got another Coley. This one's an 8. Number 25 of 25. Happy to have 2 of those. Rohit, 8. Another Rohit, another 8. Now this is one of my favorite cards I own. Babar Azam. He has almost no cards, and that's 25 out of 25. That's a Gem Mint 10. That is a sweet card. So very happy to pull the 3 10s out of there. And, you know, the 9s were awesome, and even the 8s are fine. So you got to say, with some of the grades that I got, can't really complain with these, because that was a pretty nice run there. All right, now we are on to the home stretch. PSA graded these boomers, which was the main thing. I was very happy that they took their time, validated that these were real, and graded these. So that's really good. Now, what do they give me? They gave me a 2 on this Chris Gale. I see a slight crease there, so that's a very fair grade. Oh, looks like they mixed this up a little bit. I did have a Capel Dev rookie graded. I got a 4 on it, which I thought it would grade higher. Let's see if I did better this time. Oh, that's awesome. That is a great, great grade. An 8 on that. Very nice, Mr. Dev. All right, so back to the boomer. Ooh, 2 on Reina. Let's see if we can figure out why. I would have thought that would have graded like a 4. All right, so not the best grade. Oh, switching it up again. A 1. That's a dagger. This is actually a nice one. You see a lot of these have back damage from being stuck down in books. This one has no back damage, was never stuck down. It's got a little creasing, which is obviously a big deal. But I was a little surprised it only got a 1. I guess that's a pretty significant crease. That's probably why. But got it in the holder, not too bad. Sanka Carr's rookie card. I think that's nicer than a 2, but what are you gonna do? Oh, the back is pretty scruffed. There you go. That explains it. 4 on that one. Very nice. 5 on the Yuvraj Singh. Very nice there. I've got a Shane Warne. That's a nice one. Freshman, rookie, PSA 8. And now I'm down to the home stretch. Got only a few cards left. One more boomer here. That's a nice 5. Indian Legend. And for whatever reason, they decided to put these ones in the big holders. Same exact cards. But I got an authentic altered grade on the Chris Gale, which means they're saying someone did something to change the card, like maybe added some coloration, maybe to try to make the corners not look as white or something like that. But anyway, they're saying it's authentic, but just not did not get a numerical grade. But this was the big one, the Coley, which not happy with the grade, but the fact that PSA was able to look at all these and look at my Coley and say, you know what, that's an authentic card. That's a big deal. So there you go. I have an authentic 2009 Virat Kohli rookie or pre-rookie, whatever you want to call it. That is fantastic. Worth the price of admission for the whole order to have that now validated as an authentic Kohli in my collection. You may remember in previous videos I questioned the authenticity of the Kohli in general, not my copy, but just generally, like, hey, is this even a real card? So this is a big deal for PSA to come back and say, yep, that's a real one. And the other one that I was really looking forward to seeing if PSA would grade, what grade they would give it. Boom. That's a nice one to end on there. That is a nice one. There you go. Hope you enjoyed it.